Another weekend, another match day, another match preview. Today we're going to take a look obviously at the match between Barcelona and Huesca, which of the two teams is going to win on the day. We're going to take a look at the fixture, the players, the tactics, the strategies. So if you're interested in all of that, let's get right into it. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Just like always, we do a lot of match previews, match reactions, football discussion videos, which you guys can suggest the topic of them to me via Instagram and other social media. Today we're going to take a look obviously at the match preview. It's obviously something we do every single weekend when Barcelona, or basically every single game Barcelona plays, we do this. So if you're excited for that, drop us a like and let's get started. Before starting off, I gotta say that if you are new, you gotta subscribe so you don't miss my match reaction after the game. If you're interested in videos like that as well, then you're gonna be right at home. So I gotta say, I saw this game, I saw this fixture and I was feeling kind of relaxed. I felt confident, I thought this Huesca side was gonna be really easy. I still do to a certain extent, but I don't feel as relaxed as I was before. I took a look at Huesca's previous game and we have some very interesting facts. Huesca managed to beat Eibar in the first match day 2-1 away, and then they managed to draw against Athletic Bilbao 2-2 away as well. And Athletic Bilbao actually had to draw in the last few minutes, if I'm not wrong, to try and get a result also from Huesca. So this Huesca side, they're not gonna shatter. This Huesca side, they're not gonna close themselves. This is a Huesca side who don't care absolutely about anything and they're gonna come here to try and play a game. And plus they have kind of like a grudge against Barcelona. If I'm not wrong, Barcelona played Huesca once before in the Copa del Rey, and I don't know how big of a margin it was. I think actually we managed to beat them 12-1 on aggregate. So that's a pretty big humiliation for a small side like them. And now I think Huesca, even though I don't think they're gonna come here thinking about that much, obviously it has to mean something. They're gonna come here and they gotta try to play better. Obviously we're not gonna score 12 past them. This is not old football. This is new. This is a new stuff and we gotta think about what are we gonna do this Huesca side. We are a new Valverde side. The same things are not gonna happen as before. But I don't know, guys. I feel it may be a little bit more difficult than we initially thought. However, with that being said, I gotta say that Barcelona should still try and, for instance, give game time to some of those players who deserves a little bit more of presence. For me, this game has to be a game where substitutes are given the spotlight. A game where they can demonstrate what they have and what they can bring in the future for Barcelona. So for this game, I would actually start, for instance, people like Arthur, Munir in fact, and even give playing time to, for instance, someone like Lenglet. I feel this would be absolutely perfect for those players to try and get them accustomed to this side, because if they're not gonna start against Huesca, then who the hell are they gonna start? I know it may be risky to play, like I said, substitutes this early into the season, but I really don't think that. I think that with enough focus and concentration, we shouldn't have a problem against Huesca. Huesca are gonna come here and they're gonna come to defend. It's not different from Real Valladolid, where Real Valladolid fought and really saw their home ground as a good advantage. They didn't defend as much against Barcelona, but the Camp Nou, it's a big stadium. The Camp Nou, it's intimidating. That's where the real defensive teams, the park, the bus shows. So I feel that Huesca side are gonna come here, are gonna defend a little bit. So we're not gonna have too much of a risk. They're not gonna attack us that much, but we still gotta be careful. Counterattacks can always hurt us, so we have to remain focused. With enough focus and concentration, just like I said, we will be fine. But that's the thing. Do we have that concentration now? Do we have that focus? Let's hope and see. So for today's starting lineup, I'm gonna go starting off with a Marc-André ter Stegen. No discussion there. For the right back position, I'm going to go with Sergi Roberto. I feel obviously, again, Nelson Semedo is an amazing player. But for this, I feel that taking account the strategies and the tactics, what's going to happen in the game, the full 90 minutes, Huesca are going to defend, probably. I feel that Sergi Roberto, an extra playmaker, can always be kind of useful. The problem with Nelson Semedo here is that we are not going to have too much space. When there's not too much space, Nelson Semedo is not as explosive as he can be. So he's not going to be as useful in this game as, for instance, playing against somebody like a Valencia side, playing against someone like Real Madrid. I feel that Nelson Semedo in those games where we have a little bit more ground to work with, he's going to be much more influential. In this one, however, I feel Sergio Roberto should start. That ability to weave a play, he's really good at that. The two main center backs I think are going to be Piqué, and then the other one I'm going to give it to Lenglet. Like I said before, this is a game where we should give minutes to those players who are not going to have that much throughout the entire campaign. The center back position is always one which doesn't get too much rotation, because obviously you want the two main center backs to have that chemistry to work together and understand each other. However, the thing with Lenglet and, for instance, Vermeulen as well, is that apart from being great center backs on their own right, I feel that they may not have the readiness and the match sharpness to come in, for instance, if Umtiti suddenly gets injured. I feel that they still need to have minutes here and there. For instance, every 3 matches they should play something like that, one of them, just so they can continue having that like boosting confidence as well as match fitness. I feel that's very important for us, because at any time Piqué or Umtiti could get injured, and that will mean a spell of bad luck for us. We need our defenders, especially our substitute center backs, to be ready for whether the job comes now or it comes in the future. In the left back position, I'm going to go with Jordi Alba. Obviously, this is also a very good chance to give Juan Miranda some playing time. However, Valverde has been working under the radar, something with Jordi Alba, with Coutinho and Dembélé, which I'm going to explain further forward. So for that reason only, I feel Jordi Alba is going to start. In the CDM position, I'm going to go with Sergio Busquets. It's true that somebody like Arturo Vidal could help us in this game, and he needs to have a little more game time. But I just feel that if we had too many rotations in the side, we will be compromising too much and the risk would increase. So I think that keeping Sergio Roberto, obviously our main pillar in the middle of the park and one of the few organizers that this team has, is really, really important. So let's keep Busquets. For instance, if we're winning by the halftime, perhaps bring Arturo Vidal, give him that playing time, because he still needs it. I feel Arturo Vidal hasn't adapted as good as other people like Arthur or somebody like Malcolm, who even had less minutes than Arturo Vidal has of now. So I feel that he may come later on in the game, but let's keep Busquets. We don't want to give too much chances. Yeah, we don't want to give too many chances. Hey, so just as a side note, at the moment of recording this, can you take a look at this? There. Celta de Vigo 2, Atlético Madrid nil. What the fuck? And it wasn't like in just 5 minutes that they turned around. Insane. So one player I do in fact think we have to give the full 90 minutes to is Arthur Melo. Today I woke up in the mood of just knowing a little bit more about him. I was like, let's watch highlights, let's read his Wikipedia page, and I'm just in the mood. I want to see Arthur Melo play. I want to see this guy, because we all know he has amazing potential. We all know he's wearing the number 8. But now he has to come into the field and show us that. Because I feel we all are in love with Arthur. I haven't spoken or heard or read a single Barcelona fan who has said something bad about Arthur for now. Not in the Barcelona videos, not in Talks FCB videos, not in the comments, not in other Spanish YouTubers video. I haven't read any single comments out there saying that somebody hates Arthur. I think universally we love this guy and we all want to see him play. So we have to see Arthur now. And the left hand side of midfield, I'm gonna go with Philippe Coutinho. I feel that Coutinho, he didn't have the best game out there against Real Valladolid, but that was mostly given to the problem Valverde is addressing now, and that is that we don't have a good chemistry and understanding through the left hand side, because we have one player which just shifted completely what was being done in that part of the field, and that was Dembélé. Dembélé, it seems that he's going to play through the left. Valverde has been training with Dembélé and Coutinho and Jordi Alba separately, so they can have a better understanding and chemistry together. Against Real Valladolid, this was a very, very big problem. The whole left flank of our team was really, really bad. And not because Jordi Alba is a bad player, not because Coutinho is a bad player, not because Dembélé is awful, no. Because they are all incredible players on their own right. They're very, very attacking minded. So they have to have that understanding for everyone. Once overlap, who is going to defend? That's something that Valverde is improving, and that's a very good thing. So we have to see how that has been working in training and how can that be reflected on a game, because it seems mostly that now they're gonna play a 4-3-3 because Dembele has to push to the left. So let's see what's going to happen. I want to see their understanding how it works, and I just love seeing them all the three working at the same time. Once again, against Real Valladolid, it wasn't bad, but just it can improve, and Valverde sees that, so he wanna fix that. And then up top, I'm gonna go obviously with Lionel Messi. That's a given. But the last player that I'm gonna put in, it may surprise a few, and I'm gonna put Munir. First of all, against the last time we played Huesca, Munir actually scored, I think, 1 goal and assisted 2, so not a bad thing, although we scored like 8 goals in one of them, so that he could have had a little bit more. But the thing here is that Munir needs to have that confidence boost. Munir, I feel right now, he feels he's a substitute. And to be honest, a substitute is really not that bad. A substitute is just a part of a bigger unit, of a bigger team. And he has to feel like that. A substitute can be really, really important. We take a look, for instance, substitutes like Tim Krul in that match for penalties between the Netherlands and Costa Rica in the 2014 World Cup. He came in and saved Netherlands' ass. He came in, saved a lot of penalties, and really worked Costa Rica and get them through the next stage. So good for I don't know who was the manager at the time for Netherlands, but good on him. In the case of, for instance, someone like Chicharito, for me Chicharito is one of the best super subs that wherever Manchester United will ever has, and probably we've seen in the last few years. He was really, really good. Whenever he scored, he had an amazing goal ratio, everything. So good on. So a substitute can really be an influential player. And if we can have Munir be that sort of player, it will be very clinical for Barcelona. I would like him to see start. I want him to feel like he's part of the team right now. He hasn't been really part of our team lately. And I just feel that whenever he has come in, he has gotten an assist or something done and a chance created, but he doesn't really feel like he's still part of it. He still feels like the outsider. He doesn't really understand too much of what's going on. So I would like him to start in this game. I want him to get him a little bit more of a spotlight, get the pressure on, start, because obviously walking out the tunnel, shaking the other player's hand is really, really important. You feel that pressure and you just see the whole Camp Nou and you're like, I'm at Barcelona. I'm freaking at Barcelona, and I'm at Barcelona for a reason. So that can really boost up his confidence, and I want to see that. So I would like to see Munir start, and in the case of Luis Suarez, I feel that it could give him a good thing to just substitute him for one game or bring him on later on, but it has nothing to do with Luis Suarez. I still think that Luis Suarez can give us everything he can. It's just a matter of time until he gets going, and then that's gonna be fixed. So for me, my starting 11, once again, I'm going to repeat it. Marc-André Ter Stegen, Sergio Roberto through the right, Piqué, Lenglet, and Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets in the middle with Coutinho and Arthur, and then up top, I'm going to go over with Dembele, Munir, and Messi. So with all of that being said, ¿qué equipo creo que va a ganar? For me, I gotta say that for Barcelona, this is an easy match. It could be an easy match. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but to be honest, this game we could be winning it by 4-1. That's gonna be my prediction. I feel Barcelona could win this 4-1. I feel that, for instance, a 1-1 at the start of the match and then just a complete pummeling in the second half. I feel something like that could be happening. But I want to hear about you guys. I want to hear what you have to say. Leave me your comments, your thoughts, your predictions, your feedback, all of that in the comment box down below. I'm eager to read everything you have to say, because obviously we may say, oh, Barcelona are going to win 3-0, or Barcelona are going to win 4-1, but then something completely different happens. But I want to hear out of you guys. What do you think is going to happen? I obviously do understand the fact that we may be rotating too many players, but just like I said previously, if we're not going to start players in this game, when are they going to start? Like, when are our substitutes going to appear? This is the perfect time to give them the chance to play and demonstrate why they're here at Barcelona, and for them also to feel like a big part of this team. So let's go ahead and give a little of game time to those players that really need them, because I feel they can give us something on Sunday. So hopefully guys, you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe so you don't miss anything that happens here on the channel. And if you're new, you know where to contact me. Follow me on Instagram. Give me your feedback, tell me your video topics, all of that. Let's discuss, let's talk. I'm eager to also talk with you. I really enjoy this. At any time of the day, I could just be like, you know what, I'm bored, I'm gonna see what you guys have to say, and I'm just talking with you guys, and it's really engaging, and I really do like that. So hopefully guys you do that, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, ciao.